Hi everyone, Kelvin here, Stereo with UX. I normally do stereo equipment. Today I'm going to finish some speakers for you. I did spend a few years in the antique business, so I know what I'm doing and I hate wasting time. Let me tell you, I hate wasting time. So I will show you how to finish these speakers, give them a nice lift in about 15 minutes. I mean, you might have to go back tomorrow and just do 5 minutes more, but it's going to give them a big lift and it's going to be very quick. I'll tell you what you need. Actually, here you need rubbing alcohol. That's to clean it. You need 00 wire wool, super fine wire wool, yes. And I'm using Danish oil. You could use finishing oil. You could also use teak oil. I think finishing oil will be my favorite, or Danish oil. Okay, so we're going to get into it straight away. I'm going to do this in real time. I'm going to do this side in literally 10 minutes or less. Okay, rubbing alcohol, yeah, wire wool. Now I'm doing this vertically only to show you. Otherwise I'd have this speaker on the floor on the table with some blocks of wood underneath it, and then I could get to all four sides quite easily. But anyway, this rubbing alcohol is just going to release dirt. Give it a good old scrub around. I'll go round and round. The wire wool is so thin it's not going to scar this wood. Having said that, I'm going to end vertically for sure, yeah. Now the thing about this alcohol is it evaporates super quick, yeah. So literally I can do this in real time, and I'm going to get that edge. This is a Spender BC2, not a BC1, the higher powered BC2, which is actually better than the BC1, by the way. And let me just say, the wire wool is 00. It's the finest wire wool I think you can get. 00, yes, you can rub it on your face. And also watch out that your speakers do have wood veneer on them, and they aren't some modern thing that looks like wood but isn't actually wood. I mean, all my speakers, most of my speakers which I've done this way, are literally in the 70s, probably 1970 to 1980. And after that, you very rarely find real veneer, except maybe in something expensive. So do watch out. And that veneer, it's about 2 millimeters thick, yeah? So like the pencil lead thick. So that's why we're not using sandpaper. Okay. Now, because I basically made that wet, it will lift the grain just one tiny bit, yeah? So I will go again with a bit more wire wool, and it will literally, I should make this smooth like an ice rink, literally like an ice rink. You can see there seems to be, I think there was a bit of tape across there, so I'll make sure I give that a good rub there to get rid of that. Okay. Literally, I'll let that evaporate for 10-20 seconds. You can wait 5 minutes, you know. I'm just doing this quick for TV or whatever they call it. Okay. I'm going to go with the grain now. New bit of wire wool. Probably you can see it's sort of looking more matte as I'm basically sort of tearing at the surface. Yeah, I can see here there was some tape. So I'm going to give that a big rub. Once that's varnished, that'll pretty much disappear. Or we'll see. Yeah. There is a big hole there. I can't do anything about that with this technique. Now, it's not looking so good now, but it will do. Okay, and we're going to varnish it any second now. So that's that. I'll just get a cloth, get my dust off. Okay. Now, let me say a few things about this. We're going to do this finishing oil. Gotta have a plan. You can't mess around here. You can't go away from it. We're going to do this in like, I don't know, 30, 40 seconds. And that's what we want, because we don't want, it will start getting sticky quite quickly. And we want to be able, just want to get it done real quick with a system, with a plan, knowing how we're putting it on, you know, planning how much we're putting on and making it organized and regular and flat. You see, this cloth is a bit like what the French polishing would be. This cloth is going to make sure this Danish oil goes on flat as a pancake, yeah? It's going to come out a really nice flat finish. Don't use a paintbrush. This is the last thing you want. And don't use sandpaper. You'll cut, you know, you'll get into so much trouble with sandpaper. This wire will not, all it will do is smooth that surface, get dirt off the surface. Sandpaper is way too aggressive for what we're doing. I mean, unless your speakers are really messed up and you're going to have to fill them and all kinds of stuff. Okay, here we go. So I know I probably have to go back to this pot maybe 4 times to get the right amount. So we'll tip that up. I'm tipping it right up, you know. I want to get a bit into that cloth. I need more. What I'm going to do with this, get it on, and then I'm going to do some rotational stuff, rub it round and round. I want to be quick, yeah? I don't want to get that edge. I don't want this stuff getting sticky on me. So I'm going to go round. Make sure I've got everything. Do that edge and then finish with the grain. And then what I'm quickly going to do is have a look. Yes. I see no problems. When you're trying to look at this, you have to move your head about to make sure you've got it all. So this is why you want to have a system. You want to get it done first time. This is basically pretty down. Look, I actually feel like I've got to do a little bit there. Okay, I shouldn't have done that. That's it. Anything more, if I do this again tomorrow, I just do the cloth and the Danish oil, and that's it. No wire wooling, and it's over. So you can do these speakers. You do these speakers in literally 15 minutes. What was I going to say? Important thing. Dispose of this very carefully. This can catch fire. If you put a bunch of these in a bag and it gets hot, it can catch fire. I've seen it. So believe me on that one. And I put this in a jam jar and I put the lid on it so it doesn't get any oxygen. Or take it in the garden, I don't know, but be careful, watch that, yeah. But there you go. So let's have a look at, you can see that side. I'll do another coat on that tomorrow. I think it needs it. And let's look at the other side. Yeah. I'm just going to do this all the way around, so I figure you'll get the light in various locations. And here. I can just see down here it wants a bit more. It's had some like brown packing tape go across it. Now, another thing, let me say this. If your wood is really scarred and's got white marks in it, you can use some wood dye. You know, there's various different colours, right? So try and get the right colour. This will be teak. This is Jacobean dark oak. That's not for this. That's too dark. And that actually is light oak. So that might be useful, but it's quite light. But that is a water-based one. This is an oil-based one. There's a big difference, and you've got to know this. Most of the new ones are water-based. But if you have oil-based, you must not put the oil base on and then try to varnish it straight away. You have to leave that overnight. I once did this on a handrail in a house on the banisters. I stripped it and I stained it with the oil base, and it was a really hot summer's day. Went to lunch, came back. I thought, this is so dry. This is as dry as a bone. I'm going to top coat it. I'm going to put the oil on, the Danish oil. And I did, and it was fine, and it looked great. I came back the next day and it looked great. Except if I put my finger on that wood and my fingernail without any pressure, and I did that, I get a white line, because the stain is still alive. It hasn't evaporated. So I've basically encapsulated wet stain that's trying to evaporate. So whatever you do, if you do that oil-based stain, leave it overnight. I mean, really, 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 because you can mess it up so bad, and there's no point, you know. Just resist it. I know when I was a teenager, I couldn't wait to put on a second coat of everything, but we're grown-ups now, so that won't happen. But anyway, there you have it. Varnish your speakers, give them a lift, 10 or 15 minutes. Not a great big load of time, hassle and problems. You'll get a nice finish quickly. Okay, thanks. Bye for now.